Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the horoscope for the month of June 2021. So starting off here on the 1st of June, Mars will shift into the sign of Cancer. Now Mars is debilitated in Cancer, so this will be a very challenging transit, and we'll talk more about this in a future video. Mars, remember, is a soldier, a warrior. It wants to go out and take action and get things done. Cancer is connected to the home, the mother, our comfort, our nourishment. So Mars is very uncomfortable here in the sign of Cancer. Now we'll also see Mercury come into a combustion here at the beginning of June as well. Remember that Mercury is in a retrograde, so it will shift back to meet up with the Sun. On the 10th of June, we will have a solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. This will be towards the end of Taurus, and we'll talk more about that in a future video. This is a part of this big eclipse season. If you have not already checked out that video on the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, make sure to check that out. I will leave a link above and down below in the description. On the 14th of June, the sun will shift into the sign of Gemini. So this will push us into a new consciousness, a new seasonal shift here as the sun moves into Gemini. Our focus shifting from this more relaxed and friendly sign of Taurus into this very curious and mentally active sign of Gemini. On the 20th, Jupiter will shift into retrograde. So once again, we're here in this eclipse season, in this retrograde season, where there's lots of changes, lots of internal work to do. And this is a lot that we will talk about here in this month of June with all of this happening. Of course, this will all take us into November and October when these retrogrades will start to clear up and we will move out of this eclipse zone. On the 22nd, Venus will shift into the sign of Cancer. This will be a tricky position as the Moon and Venus are not the most friendly of planets. And lastly, here on the 25th, for those of you who are following those three extra planets, our transpersonal planets, Neptune will station retrograde. So we have a lot going on here as we're moving into the summer with all of these eclipses and retrogrades, where there's a lot of internal work to do moving forward. So let's talk about how this tricky month of June will affect each of you according to your moon sign or your ascendant sign. And once again, I want to bring this to all of your awareness that I am not using the tropical zodiac. So the tropical zodiac is typically used in Western tropical astrology, where it is according to the seasonal points and where the stars were positioned hundreds of thousands of years ago. I am using the sidereal zodiac, which is based upon where the stars are positioned right now in the sky. So this is according to the correct position of the stars, and this is coming from those fixed stars as well that sit behind the constellations. And along with that, I am using jyotisha or Vedic astrology, which is coming directly from the scriptures. So this is going to be according to your moon sign, not your sun sign. The moon sign is very, very important as it is the indicator of your mind. So all of your behavior, all of your patterns and cycles that you go through in life are all being filtered through the moon sign, because this is how your mind is functioning, your psyche, your state of mind. So this is very important in terms of looking at horoscopes. I also add in that ascendant because that is the point from which your soul made contact here with its life on earth. So that ascendant is mapping out the foundation of your entire life. It is the lesson, the experience of why you have come into this existence. So I do recommend that you always look at your horoscope according to your ascendant or your moon sign, not your sun sign. For those of you with a Libra moon or Libra ascendant, we will start off the month with Mars shifting into Cancer in your 10th house. This is a big month for career. Mars up in your 10th house, giving you a tremendous amount of passion and ambition to work towards your career goals, towards the things that you want to achieve in your life. So that huge focus is put on your public image and your achievements, your recognition is huge at this time, and you may receive a position where you have to step it up, where you have to put more energy, more effort into your career area. So this is huge. And remember that Mars is controlling your 2nd house and your 7th house. And so this may be a time where business partnerships, especially, you can see an increase in the responsibility, in the duty, in the commitment that needs to be put into this area. And this can strongly be affected by your finances as well. This can be a huge time of your career growth in prospering in your finances and your fixed assets. This can also be a time where you find that more responsibility is put on your family and providing for those closest to you with that 7th and 2nd house activation. Now, we will also see Mercury come into a combustion as it is already stationed retrograde in the sign of Gemini. And so this is a huge moment with this energy that's shifted back out of Gemini into Taurus, where we're seeing this energy of Mercury. And this is, remember that a retrograde is a time of deep reflection, of going within, of looking at the details closer. So this is not something that is negative. Mercury retrograde is a time of review and reflection. It is very positive, and especially as Mercury is a positive planet in the chart for those of you with Libra moon, Libra ascendant, as it is controlling your 9th house. Very fortunate house. So this is a huge time where we are seeing this need to look at things at a closer level, especially with Mercury controlling your 12th and your 9th house, of really looking at the details, looking at the bigger picture, understanding things at a deeper level. So this is not just about the details, this is about the deeper meaning. This is about looking beyond just what you can see at a physical level. And so for a lot of you, this is a time of tapping into your spirituality, your imagination, going in deeper, reflecting within yourself. Now, we will also see a solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. So this is a major time where this is a solar eclipse opening up to you there in your 8th house. And remember that that 8th house is connected to change. And so many of you are walking into a new phase of change and transformation. And we talked a little bit about how this lunar eclipse is connected in with any sort of childhood traumas, any past traumas there with that 2nd house activation. And so as we have this solar eclipse coming into the 8th house, this is a major time of releasing, of letting go, of going through great growth and transformation at a spiritual level. This is also a time where you can see new money, new resources coming into your life through this 8th house as well. On the 14th, the sun will shift into Gemini there in your 9th house. So this is a huge time of focusing in on your education. For those of you who are in school, this may also be a time of learning a new language, picking up something new that you can learn and explore, any new activities, anything as far as new projects that you would like to work on. The sun is shining in this area, so anything that you want to publish and put out into the world as far as your creativity, your talents, is huge at this time. You may also have a teacher or a counselor, mentor come into your life to give you some wisdom, especially anyone who is in a position of authority or a father figure or an inspiration of any kind can come in at this time. On June 20th, Jupiter will station retrograde in Aquarius in your fifth house, along with Neptune stationing retrograde there on the 25th as well. So we will see Jupiter and Neptune retrograde together in your fifth house. This is a huge time of any projects, any creative talents, any sort of projects or commitments that you have to focus in on closely and to look at the vision, look at the goal, look at what you're trying to accomplish at a deeper level, and making sure that you are seeing the bigger picture, that you're understanding the complexity of what it is that you are creating. Especially with Jupiter and Neptune, these are great planets here in this fifth house where a lot of great creativity and wisdom can flow through into your projects. On the 22nd, Venus will shift into Cancer there in your 10th house. Once again, that 10th house is being heavily activated. With Venus coming in, this is giving a different energy. This is your chart ruler, and so this is especially a time where you can come off as more friendly, more charming. People will tend to love you in your public image, in your status, in your career more with this Venus activation there in the 10th house. This is a huge time where you can receive popularity, where people may love being around you in your life at this time. This is also a time though where you can see some change, some fluctuation happening, as that 8th house is also connected to Venus. And so this is a time where many people may be coming to you with their problems, with their concerns, where you may run into some difficulties in life that you have to bring about your balance scales and even out these areas where there are complications. And especially with Venus in Cancer, very difficult position, as Venus has to be a nurturer, a carer in this sign of Cancer. So your career can be heavily activated through this. Your family, once again, any one of your loved ones or anyone who is coming to you for some help, some advice at this time. So this has been your June 2021 horoscope for Libra moon or Libra ascendant. I want to thank you all so much for joining. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new content. Once again, we have a lot to talk about with these retrogrades and this ongoing eclipse season. So make sure to hit that notification bell to stay tuned. If you would like to learn more on Vedic astrology, I do have a course available in the Facebook group Astrology Lessons with Daquan Jones. There is a link down below in the description along with the comments. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.